Rasheeda reveals Jasmine tried to kill Kirk Frost with slow poisoning, the untold story of betrayal and survival. In the world of reality TV, few stories are as shocking and filled with twists as the dramatic life of Rasheeda Frost, her husband Kirk Frost, and the individuals who have come into their orbit. One of the most jaw-dropping revelations to emerge from the show, Love and Hip-Hop, Atlanta, was the shocking claim by Rasheeda that Jasmine, a woman with a complicated history with Kirk, had tried to kill him through slow poisoning. This unexpected confession raised questions about betrayal, trust, and survival. The background, Love and Hip-Hop, and Kirk's cheating scandal. To understand the gravity of Rasheeda's claim, it is crucial to dive into the history of the Frosts. Kirk Frost, a prominent figure in the Atlanta hip-hop scene, is no stranger to controversy. Over the years, his marriage to Rasheeda, a successful entrepreneur and rapper, has faced numerous challenges. One of the most infamous moments came during the 4th season of Love and Hip-Hop, Atlanta, when it was revealed that Kirk had fathered a child with another woman, Jasmine Washington. This infidelity put a significant strain on their relationship. For Rasheeda, it was a massive blow, as she not only had to cope with the emotional pain of betrayal, but also with the public scrutiny that came with their personal issues airing on national television. The revelation of Kirk's affair with Jasmine led to multiple heated arguments and discussions between the couple. Rasheeda, deeply hurt by Kirk's actions, questioned the foundation of their marriage, and many viewers began to wonder if the two would ever be able to rebuild their relationship. Despite these challenges, the couple tried to work through their issues, attending therapy and engaging in difficult conversations. Their efforts seemed to stabilize their relationship, although the scars from Kirk's infidelity remained. In the years that followed, Rasheeda and Kirk faced new hurdles, but they continued to co-parent their children and maintain a public image of reconciliation. Jasmine Washington, the woman behind the poison plot. Jasmine Washington's involvement in the lives of the Frosts was never going to be easy. As the woman who had been involved with Kirk during their marriage, she was naturally seen as a source of tension between them. However, her role in their story would take a much darker turn when Rasheeda revealed a shocking new detail. Jasmine had allegedly attempted to kill Kirk by poisoning him slowly. This claim stunned fans and viewers who had followed the Frosts' journey on the show. The concept of someone poisoning another person, especially within the context of a love triangle, adds an eerie and dramatic layer to the story that felt almost like a scripted soap opera plot. However, the revelation wasn't just a plot twist, it was a real and deeply disturbing allegation that shook the foundation of the Frosts' already tumultuous relationship. The slow poisoning allegation, a shocking confession. During an interview, Rasheeda opened up about her suspicions regarding Jasmine's behavior toward her husband. She spoke candidly about how she had begun to notice strange signs that Kirk was not quite himself. There were instances where he complained of feeling unusually weak and sick, experiencing stomach pain, and becoming lethargic. At first, Rasheeda believed these issues were simply the result of stress, overwork, or possibly the after-effects of their ongoing personal struggles. However, the situation took a more sinister turn when Kirk's condition began to worsen. Rasheeda noted that Kirk's symptoms appeared to be consistent with poisoning. She described how he had been sick for an extended period, but doctors were unable to diagnose him with a specific illness. The symptoms were not immediate or overt, but came in waves over a long period, leading Rasheeda to believe that something more deliberate was at play. As the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place, Rasheeda started to suspect that Jasmine may have been involved. The bombshell revelation came when Rasheeda claimed that Jasmine had poisoned Kirk slowly over time. According to Rasheeda, Jasmine's motive was rooted in a desire to control and manipulate Kirk, possibly as a form of revenge for their past relationship. While no concrete evidence was presented to support the poisoning claim, Rasheeda's personal experience and the timeline of events led her to believe that this was not just a coincidence. The story took on an even darker tone as Rasheeda explained that Kirk had been drinking beverages and eating food prepared by Jasmine during their interactions. These items, she suspected, may have been laced with toxins that gradually affected Kirk's health. The slow, almost imperceptible nature of the poisoning made it difficult for doctors to diagnose the issue, and it wasn't until Rasheeda began connecting the dots that she realized the gravity of the situation. A closer look at Jasmine's motive. To understand why Jasmine might have resorted to such drastic measures, it's important to examine her history with Kirk and the Frost family. Jasmine's relationship with Kirk had always been strained, largely due to the affair that had disrupted Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage. While Jasmine had a child with Kirk, the fact that the relationship had started under such deceitful circumstances left her in a complicated position. She was caught between wanting to maintain a connection with Kirk, who was the father of her child, and dealing with the reality that he was still married to Rasheeda. Jasmine's possible motive for poisoning Kirk may have stemmed from feelings of betrayal, anger, and frustration. After all, she had become a part of the scandal that overshadowed Kirk's relationship with Rasheeda. She might have seen herself as a woman scorned, trying to reclaim some form of power over Kirk's life. The idea of using poison as a means of revenge could have been seen by Jasmine as a way to hurt him in the most covert and prolonged manner. However, the question arises, why would Jasmine want to harm Kirk in this way? Was it simply revenge for the affair, or was there something deeper behind her actions? Some theorists suggest that Jasmine could have been attempting to manipulate Kirk into staying with her or to exact some form of payback for the emotional pain she experienced after learning of his return to Rasheeda. Others believe that Jasmine was acting out of a desperate desire for control over the situation and the people around her. The fallout, impact on the Frosts' relationship. Rasheeda's revelation about Jasmine's alleged attempt to poison Kirk put a strain on an already fragile relationship. The shock and horror of the claim left many people questioning their dynamics. Rasheeda had already dealt with the trauma of Kirk's infidelity, and now she had to contend with the unsettling idea that another woman might have been actively trying to harm her husband. Despite the severity of the accusation, Rasheeda remained composed and tried to protect her family. She leaned on her support system, including her children, friends, and colleagues, to cope with the overwhelming stress. It is clear that Rasheeda's primary concern was the safety and well-being of her family. Despite the challenges, she continued to build her brand and keep a positive outlook, demonstrating a remarkable level of strength. Kirk, for his part, was reportedly shocked and horrified by the claims. He had already been through the emotional roller coaster of being publicly accused of infidelity, and now found himself at the center of a more dangerous and dark conspiracy. His reaction to Rasheeda's allegations was one of disbelief, but over time, he seemed to come to terms with the reality of the situation. The aftermath. What happened to Jasmine? As for Jasmine, the aftermath of Rasheeda's revelation left her with little public support. Given the severity of the accusations, Jasmine found herself in an increasingly isolated position. Although she did not directly address the allegations of poisoning, her relationship with Kirk seemed to deteriorate further. It's unclear whether any legal action was pursued regarding the slow poisoning claims, as Rasheeda did not publicly pursue charges. However, the accusation itself was enough to tarnish Jasmine's reputation. In the public eye, Jasmine's relationship with Kirk and Rasheeda took on an air of suspicion, and many began to question her motives. Whether or not the poisoning claim was entirely accurate, the mere suggestion of such a dark plot made it difficult for Jasmine to recover from the fallout. Conclusion: a tale of betrayal, poison, and survival. Rasheeda's shocking revelation about Jasmine's alleged attempt to poison Kirk slowly adds another layer to the complex and often tragic saga of the Frosts. What started as a love story filled with ambition and promise turned into a turbulent journey of betrayal, infidelity, and manipulation. The claim of slow poisoning brings the drama to a chilling new level, and while it remains unclear whether Jasmine truly tried to harm Kirk in this way, the impact of the allegation has been profound. For Rasheeda and Kirk, their relationship has been tested time and again, yet they continue to fight for their love and family. Whether or not they will ultimately overcome the dark clouds of betrayal remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the Frosts' story is far from over. The tale of slow poisoning and the survival of love, trust, and resilience will forever be etched into the history of love and hip-hop, Atlanta.